Chapter 6. Echoes of the Founders, Part 2. The Weight of Ages. The silence that followed Zephyrian's revelation was palpable. I could almost feel the weight of centuries pressing down on us, the air thick with unasked questions and barely contained awe. It was Grimlock who finally broke the silence, his gruff voice tinged with skepticism. "No offense, Archmagus, but if you're one of the Founders, shouldn't you be, well, dead?" Zephyrian's laugh was like the chiming of ancient bells. "An astute observation, child of stone. But death, like many things in this world, is not always what it seems." The Archmagus moved towards the central pedestal, his form seeming to shimmer and shift with each step. As he passed through the holographic map of Quandaria, the images within swirled and changed, showing glimpses of the city's past. "I am a remnant," Zephyrian explained, his voice echoing strangely. "An echo of the man I once was, preserved within the magic of this sanctum. My physical form may have long since turned to dust, but my knowledge, my essence, that endures." Lyria stepped forward, her black eyes wide with wonder and a hint of fear. "But why reveal yourself now after all this time? Why not when we first discovered this place?" Zephyrian's gaze fell upon her, and I saw Lyria flinch slightly under its intensity. "Because, Guardian, the threads of fate are finally aligning. The key of eternity stirs once more, and with it, the potential for great change. Or terrible destruction." I felt a chill run down my spine. "So you know about the veiled hand, about the corrupted fragment?" The Archmagus nodded solemnly. "I have watched from this sanctum as events have unfolded. The veiled hand's actions threatened to upset a delicate balance that has existed for centuries." Solarius, who had been uncharacteristically quiet, finally spoke up. "Then you agree, the key must be destroyed before it can be misused?" "No, Guardian of the Eternal Flame. Destruction is not the answer. The key is more than just a powerful artifact. It is intrinsically tied to the very fabric of Quandaria itself." The holographic map pulsed brightly, and suddenly we were surrounded by images of the city's founding. I watched in awe as Quandaria rose from nothing, its spires reaching towards the sky as if by magic. "When we created Quandaria," Zephyrian continued, his voice filled with pride and a touch of regret, "we knew that such a concentration of magical power would attract those who sought to exploit it. The key was forged as both a safeguard and a catalyst." Eloin, who had been studying the shifting images intently, looked up with a start. "A catalyst, you mean? The key isn't just a weapon or a tool. It's alive somehow, isn't it?" A smile played at the corners of Zephyrian's mouth. "Perceptive, young one. Yes, in a sense, the key is alive. It grows and changes with Quandaria, reflecting the city's needs and the hearts of its people." I ran a hand through my hair, trying to process this new information. "So when the veiled hand corrupted that fragment, they weren't just tainting an object," Lyria finished, horror dawning on her face. "They were corrupting a part of Quandaria itself." Zephyrian nodded gravely. "Precisely. And if they succeed in corrupting all the fragments, the consequences would be catastrophic. Quandaria would be twisted into a dark reflection of itself, a place of shadows and despair." The weight of our task suddenly felt heavier than ever. We weren't just chasing after magical trinkets. We were racing to save the very soul of our city. "All right," I said, squaring my shoulders. "So how do we stop them? How do we cleanse the corrupted fragment and protect the others?" Zephyrian's form flickered slightly, and for a moment he looked impossibly old and tired. "The answer lies within yourselves, and in the power of the uncorrupted fragments you possess. But be warned, the path ahead is fraught with danger. The veiled hand is not the only threat you face." Grimlock's bushy eyebrows furrowed. "What do you mean? What could be worse than those shadow-weaving lunatics?" The Archmagus waved his hand, and the holographic map shifted once more. This time, it showed a massive structure I'd never seen before, a tower that seemed to pierce the very heavens. "The Spire of Convergence," Zephyrian intoned. "A place where the barriers between realms grow thin. It is there that the final battle for Quandaria's fate will be waged." "Let me guess. This spire isn't on any maps, is probably guarded by eldritch horrors, and we'll have to climb it in order to save the day?" Zephyrian's laugh was tinged with genuine amusement this time. "Your mortal perspective continues to surprise and delight me, Corvus Blackthorn. But yes, in essence, you are correct." As the implications of what we'd learned sank in, I looked around at my companions. Lyria stood tall, her resolve evident in the set of her shoulders. Grimlock's eyes gleamed with the promise of adventure. Solaria seemed to be wrestling with conflicting emotions, while Eloin's face shone with a mixture of fear and determination. And me? I was just a private investigator who'd stumbled into a quest to save reality as we knew it. But looking at this unlikely group of allies, I felt a surge of hope. "Well then," I said, "any chance you got a map to this spire of convergence tucked away in here somewhere, Archmagus?" Zephyrian's form began to fade, his voice growing distant. "The path will reveal itself when the time is right. Trust in each other, and in the power of the key. The fate of Quandaria rests in your hands." And with that, he was gone, leaving us alone in the sanctum with our newfound knowledge and the weight of an entire city's future on our shoulders.